Hey, welcome everyone to another edition of Wizards Outlook. We got Cardo Dudley Jr., Raymond Lyons. I'm most interpret Jr. The Knicks and the Wizards. Hard fought game, 113-109 win for the Knicks. Jalen Brunson once again delivered for New York. Washington, for most of the night, solid on that end of the floor for a bit, but they hit that magic number. The Knicks hit that magic number in the fourth quarter. That number we've talked about several times at length this year, and it cost them a bit, as did that typical good old shot selection. But Marvin Bagley made his debut as a Washington Wizard, so I definitely want to get you guys' thoughts on that, along with the game as a whole. So whoever wants to jump in, feel free. Break down Knicks Wizards.
Well, it was a hell of a debut for Marvin Bagley. I always know he's talented. He just needed a situation where he can kind of just thrive and just be out there to play. And honestly, this is the perfect situation with a team that's rebuilding. They're looking for talent, and with his variety of skills at his size, he's a legit 6'11", fairly athletic, and run the floor and finish, as you saw. He can stretch the floor. He can finish inside. He can rebound. He can do a lot of things. His talent speaks for itself. He had an off man at the free throw line, but he's capable. He should be able to hit those. But the defensive end is what I'm most happy to see, because that's probably one of the questions. Like when gets switches, can he guard perimeter players, quicker guards, and stuff like that? He did a fairly good job, considering the 3 blocks and 2 steals, especially with Gav being out, and he don't even know the plays. He just hooping. Just to kind of get those numbers, just hooping in a sense. Shows you his talent. And he's still young, man. He's 24, 23, 24. He's not even close to his prime yet. So if he just sustains the double effort and the defensive effort that he showed tonight, man, he could possibly find a home here. And we'll be looking back and like, this is a hell of a move by the Wizards front office to get the ball rolling on building this team back up to par. As for the game itself, man, they lost in the fourth quarter. I sound like a broken record by now, man. Whenever the Wizards give up something close or 40-point quarters, it's a wrap. They never win those games, and they played well. They were down by 1 entering the fourth, and then they they just imploded, man. They gave up a 40-point quarter, and really, and it was really Jalen Brunson. They couldn't do nothing with him. 20 points, 6 and 9 shooting. 8 to 10 from the free throw line, 3 assists. He got whatever he wanted in that quarter, and that that's just incredible. You can say, well, they scored 37, but a lot of that was garbage buckets for a minute. Jalen Brunson just took them out. You know what I mean? But credit to the Wizards for fighting to the end, to either at least have a small glimmer of hope of trying to pull it out on the road, but. That was the thing. They couldn't stop him, man. He literally won the game. I felt like the Wizards bench, they showed up tonight. They gave him a big boost, man, because certain guys on the star lineup, Kuz and Danny, they were off. Tyus Jones was off. Jordan Poole had 24, but he didn't shoot the ball well, 7-14. The only person in the star lineup that was efficient was Marvin Bagley. Go figure, the newest player, which is crazy. But yeah, the bench points. Watching the bench, outscored the Knicks bench 33-7. So the bench didn't show up. This is a blowout, because the starters thoroughly outplayed the Wizards starters. Landry Shaman, I felt like gave him good minutes. Corey Kispert, what I mean? Like they gave him a hell of a boost, man. So it's just small little things that's been plaguing the Wizards all season that came back to bite them in this game as well, man. I do appreciate that they show more fight against Julius Randle compared to the last game, where Julius Randle was looking like Shaquille O'Neal out there, just bullying dudes and just scoring that will. But regardless, the result is still the same. And it's like an old saying: bad teams will figure out a way to lose games, and that's what you saw tonight. You know what I mean? It just is what it is, man. But I like the signs of what Marvin Bagley brings to the table, man. And like I said, if you can continue to produce similar like this, just consistent double doubles and having a presence on the defensive end, um, that's a steal in the trade for Washington because look, Gallinari and Mike Muscala, they're at the end of their careers. You know, more of a salary dump as well for Detroit, but the kid's talented, man. So I would love for him to find a home here because he's young, he can grow, Koulibaly and all these guys, and find his niche and kind of make people remember why he was drafted so high.
Right.
Yeah, these type of games are always tough when they give themselves a chance to win, but they just can't figure out how to get it done. Like Ardell pointed out, they only down one going into the fourth quarter, and then they just fall off a cliff defensively, and that's the game. Like, give up a 40-point quarter in the fourth with the game that close, like that's tough, man. And then Bagley's 5 free throws that hurt, and of course the Wizards 3-point shooting. I think they were like 31%, 32%, 10 for 31. Like that's just too many threes to be shooting when you're not making them, man. We say it all the time, and value a couple of them possessions a little more, and we having a different conversation right now. Like Ardell said, man, broken record. But on the positive side, I do like what Bagley brought. Traditionally, if we going into the game with no Gav and they playing against somebody like a front court like the Knicks have, we betting on them getting out rebounded by 20. And that wasn't the case tonight. And that was a big part of why they were in the game the whole way through. And for the first 36 minutes, they were fairly solid defensively. But that fourth quarter when Brunson just got aggressive, it just wasn't. They weren't able to contend with them. But yeah, it was good to see Bagley out there. That's a tough situation. It's his first game with the team, and he kind of fit in pretty naturally. It gives them some more length and athleticism that they sorely need. And yeah, man, I could definitely see him contributing and being a positive addition for them. But yeah, man, like this, it's just another game they let slip through their fingers. Plain and simple. We always talk about them checking off more boxes than they don't. They checked off a few tonight, and the bench production was huge. Seeing as how how the starters really didn't have it going as a whole. But yeah, man, this games like this are why they're 7-33. Because there's been a few of them, and a lot of their losses, have been ugly and blowouts, but there've been a lot of games that could have went their way if they just tighten up a few things, throughout the course. And that's the difference between a bad team and a good team. A good team would have won a game like this. And we see what the result was with the Wizards. So yeah, man, they ain't got a lot of time to think about it, but yeah, this is it's just another one they could have had that they just let get away.
Yeah, Cardell, like you mentioned, the bench was outstanding. They Ray, you alluded to it too. They took too many threes for sure. The bench feel like those guys got their threes in rhythm. Corey, Landry, felt like the starters, they hunted for their threes a little bit. Not getting the names or what have you, just that shot selection, man. 40 games in, that shot selection has been a detriment all year long. Even when they try to do right, those little moments, those pockets, bad shots hurt. There was a little stretch late in the third. Washington had some ground and a couple bad decisions. OG ran off like it wasn't like a 10-point. It wasn't like 10 points or anything, but it was like 5 points. OG hit, and it helped the Knicks gain some ground to close the third. Just a couple bad decisions. And you look at OG, you talk about the efficiency of Bagley tonight. OG had 19 points on 9 shots tonight for the Knicks. Like didn't really feel it, but in little pockets, he was huge for them. I thought Hartenstein did a good job on the glass for them, obviously, but hey man, Jalen Brunson, again, they could not find anybody to stay in front of him, and led to their demise. But yeah, I was very encouraged by Bagley's debut. And I think my favorite part of it, he did not step out there and attempt not 1-3. Not because he can't shoot them, I just appreciated that he did it. I was just happy that he did. I appreciated it.
But he's not a good 3-point shooter. You gotta know what you are.
Yeah.
I think he's shooting like 60% from 3 for his career, which is why he's bounced around. You know what I mean? That's a big part of it. You know, it's hard to have him on the floor when he's not stretching, but he could do other things. You know what I mean? And he's playing with a point guard, Tyus Jones. Gotta give him a shout out. He didn't have the best game shooting wise. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, 15 assists and 1 turnover. That's huge. That's huge in keeping them close and keeping them afloat. You know what I mean? But yeah, Bagley's not a 3-point shooter. Play to your strengths. You know what I mean? I hate this one size fit all type deal that's in the NBA. If you can't shoot threes, you can't play. Well, what can he do? All right, let's use that. You see what I'm saying? And that's what it is. And yeah, I mean, my fault. He's a 28% 3-point shooter. He's shooting 60% this season though, so he's even worse. You know, which is probably a confidence thing, bouncing around. You know, different teams and stuff like that. So yeah, man, you saw they used him in pick and roll actions where he rolled, he didn't pop out. So they played to his strengths. So that's what he should do. You know, and he fit right in. You know what I mean? So he had he can kind of do what Gafford does, but he has more skill on the perimeter. You know what I'm saying? So it's a different type of threat. That's why I'm excited when Gafford get back to see what that looks like when they both on the floor together. You know, just kind of see how the defense react, because one can roll and both of them are lob threats. One can step out. Even Gaff got a little 15-foot jumper down. It's going to be fun to see how they figure it out. How low is it going to be a high-low game, or are they going to play together, or is it going to be one out? It's going to be fun to see, but. Look, Tyus is a great orchestrator, man. That's what's keeping him in the league. That's just to be honest. Because look, make no bones about it, man. Brunson brought it to him, but he ain't let that affect his game, and he kept orchestrating, and that's why certain guys, like you said, the shooters from the bench, they got rhythm shots and all that. A lot of that was Tyus Jones, setting them up. You know what I mean? And the bad selection you saw about from some of the starters, that was them getting the rebound, bringing it up, and just hunting for shots. As usual. So, if you get a few of those possessions back with Tyus Jones getting them good shots, maybe the win is in their favor. So, it is what it is.
It just boggles my mind. You got somebody who sets the table like that, and you just don't want to just let him do what he does to make life easy for you. Like you said, 15 helpers in this game. It works for other people, like literally right in front of your face.
To one turn.
Wish it, it's not there. Cool. Set the table, please. Please give me an easy basket. But alas, player of the game, I think we all know who it is.
JB.
Jalen Brunson. X factor for the night.
Man, that gets a little tougher.
I go DiVincenzo. He had some timely shots. You was talking about that stretch in the third. Where the Wizards were trying to gain some momentum. OG was a part of that, and DiVincenzo, a couple of his threes were either momentum, killing the Wizards' momentum, or advancing the Knicks' momentum.
I'm gonna probably just go with I might just go with OG. Like you said, at 19 points to 6 and 9, 3 or 5 from deep, 7 rebounds. But it was his defense, the versatility. He took turns making it hell for Kuz and Denny. Just completely taking out the game. Yeah, like he's when one scored, I got him. Disappeared. The other one scored, I got him. I'm back and move switch. And he disappeared. and you see the results, man. He's been huge for them since the trade. Huge, man. He's a he's a Tibbs type of player for sure. You know what I'm saying? So he was huge, but it's more so for me what he did on defense, man, because he literally took two of the main players for the Wizards away in different stretches, and in a close game like this, that's huge.
Again, I'm going with OG too. For exactly what you said, and he gave you the efficient 19 while taking two people out of the game. By the way, coach, here's another 19 on the night with some folks struggling offensively.
Man, I don't think look, man, OG a freak. My boy 6'7", 240.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna bully him. Probably ain't gonna be more athletic than him.
Cool.
He slides his feet. He's fundamentally sound. He's a pest, man. You got to deal with him. You got to deal with him. So, all these guys claiming to be buckets and stuff like that's what's waiting for you in the league. I think he got a 7-foot wingspan too, so that makes it even harder. So, yeah, man, he's a pest. He's just there. He just don't go nowhere. Every time you turn around, he's there. So it gets annoying after a while.
For sure. And then I think isn't their record now like 8-1 since the trade?
Something crazy.
I think it's something crazy since they got him. Like he's the return on that investment's been crazy for them.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching the Knicks broadcast. I think they said it was 7-1 heading into this game. Could be wrong, but regardless, like you guys mentioned, that's what you make trades for, right?
Yep.
Exactly what you make those trades for. Moving on to the comments section. Michael Kirksey said Bagley was a great pickup. It was a good debut for sure.
Yeah, debut.
Still no defense. Jalen 40 ball.
You still open for that, man? You bugging? You bugging? It's game 40, man. They ain't about to turn that on.
We passed the sample size, man. It is what it is. It's been that way for a while now. Bags had a good introduction, can clearly make his presence felt on the boards. Area 11T, once again, rather lose a game like this versus getting blown out.
Yeah, it's always better to be competitive, man. You know what I mean? Like, man, those 30, 40-point L's is just like, especially when we there, it's just like, wow, we here. If y'all was going to play like this, we could have stayed home. Save the gas, save some bread, saved a lot of people a lot of time. You know what I mean? But when it's competitive basketball, that's always better.
I followed it up saying Brunson gets a lot of weak calls. Move your feet.
That's the NBA in general anyway. Have you seen Embiid play? Have you seen Embiid?
Balls like a Power Ranger every other possession.
You know what I'm saying? So Bagley had a nice debut for sure, but we're gonna really see what he brings on Saturday. What he's bringing to the table. They got an animal, and it's been. And I was scared that was gonna be, maybe a little management. No, they hold him out tomorrow. Make sure he plays against his teammates. So yeah, he's gonna be well rested. So we're gonna see what it is. And against a team that don't play defense, we gonna see what Bagley made of. If he could produce on that monster, all right, we got something.
He finds out quick.
Ain't gonna be no help. That's all you play. Figure it out.
That back-to-back getting off this plane is crazy for Bags. You get this in New York, you get a Wemby Joker. Quick, man. Give you guys a second to see if there's any more comments. If not, like we just mentioned, they got a off day in between, and San Antonio's in the building on Saturday. The reigning champs are in the building on Sunday. See how this goes. Obviously happy for Bagley's debut. Anxious to see Livers to see how he does in his debut as well. But they better come out and compete on both these nights here, because both of those bigs don't care.
Nah. And the thing about Wemby, he's so damn long and athletic, man. Everybody gonna feel his presence. Like you can be on the wing like that. that damn picture of him blocking Wiggins' shot early in the season, he catching it at the peak. That would never leave my mind, man. Like, that's crazy. It's just, I got to shoot fadeaway 30-footers as a regular shot with this dude nearby. Like, see what I'm saying? So, yeah, we going to really, now if Bagley put up numbers this weekend, we got some.
Sure. Lock him in.
So, and these are the tests you got to pass to prove that. These are the tests you got to pass to prove that. Good day. But this is how you stick. This is how you earn your keep, earn your money, earn your reputation. You got to play again. I don't know how Gap is out. Got to look into that.
I know they say it's a concussion.
If he's out, he's going to be on the island by himself. Oh, concussion.
Yeah. So it might
That's
be.
only do that to help come to his aid.
Marvin might be on his own this weekend.
That come to his aid.
No, you're right. You're right. And the other thing is,
the volley if they fail.
The other thing, as fast as Washington likes to play, both of these teams have no issue running up and down that they're playing this weekend. So, hey man, we'll see how it goes.
Different tests, like Wembanyama, and it's different tests because Wembanyama, like I said, he's just going to stress them so much offensively and defensively because of his talent. But Jokic, that's a different animal. Like he'll kill you just with the passing. He'll make you look like he can get 15 assists just like Tyus tonight. With ease, man. The way these dudes don't defend consistently, like I said, it can get bad, man. So we gonna see.
All right, folks. Appreciate y'all tuning in. We'll see y'all Saturday night, and then once again on Sunday, as Washington takes on San Antonio, followed by the reigning champs, the Denver Nuggets. Y'all have a good night.